Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first video. In this video I'll be explaining to you how to actually make missions in the editor in ArmA 3. So let's do that. What you want to do is, you want to go to editor first and look for the map that you want to play on. Let's say that we're going to take, let's just take Haltis. Okay, so now that we're loaded in, what we want to do is we want to look for a good place where we can put down our units. Let's just say, you know what, let's go to the airport because that's usually where I place down my units. There we go. And we'll place down, I'll just pick the team leader, like the vanilla team leader, and I'll just add a rifle, let's just add a rifleman, a grenadier, and maybe just a lifesaver, and the other rifleman. I think that this is like your basic squad. Let's bring them up over here, let them face this side, make them all face like somewhat the same side. There we go, so that's how you make your units. The thing you want to do though is you want to make this character playable. So usually the first unit you place down is always the player and playable. You can then add a role description. For example, if you want to design this to a specific person, you can type in its name. In my example it's going to be Hawks. But you can also make the slot like team leader, so that if someone wants the team lead, they know to pick this slot. You can adjust the skill, you can set in a rank, you can disable stamina, disable damage. So if I unclick this, my character is pretty much invincible. Let's just all keep this on. Since we're using Ace, these options really don't have anything to do with the game itself. Now, but if you're not using any mods, you can easily go and click on these and see what happens. I mean, what happens is actually shown if you put your cursor on it, but let's just not get into that. Right here you can give your object its identity. This is pretty much useless in my opinion. The presence, same thing, this too, and then you got A's options. But let's just not look at that. Okay, so we've got ourselves our team leader, but what if we want a couple of guys to play with us? Then you'll have to go here and put those players, or put those units I should say, to playable. So if you do that with all of them, you'll see that in the left side of my screen, these guys will turn purple. That's how you know that these guys are actually playable. Alright, good. Let's go over to cars, vehicles. These can also be found here. I want to have an MATV like this, but I don't want any units to spawn in it, so I unclick this box here, and boom. That's how you get a vehicle easily. Okay, that's pretty much how we start out. We want to make a mission now. So how exactly do we make a mission? Making a mission is actually quite simple if you know how to do it, but if you don't know, it could take some time to kind of understand how the modules work. So let's say that we're supposed to go to a specific area. Let's say that we're supposed to go here, and we'll have to decrease the size of this trigger, and I will also explain to you what the trigger does. As the name trigger states, it triggers something. But what it triggers is what you have to set in. So let's say I place down this trigger over here, and let's click on it. So then you see the type, the activation, the conditions. But the thing we want to do is we want to put on the activation thing and put blue for in there. And then present. So when a blue for unit is present in the area of this trigger, which is from this side to this side, from that side to that side, just in the circle, this trigger will activate. But what is it going to activate now? Pretty much nothing. It's just going to activate itself, and that's going to be it. So we need to assign a task state, which can be found in Intel. So, if you place down a task state, we might as well place down the task itself. I am going to put the task here though, and this is a task for blue 4, so you always have to put that on blue 4 if you're using these guys. If you have these units, for example, let's say this guy, and you want a mission for them, you will have to go into op 4 like this. But right now we're keeping it at blue 4, so let's delete this dude over here. And let's go and give it a title. So the title is going to be go here. In the description you can pretty much write down all the details about your mission, and the destination can be module position, disabled or synchronized object. If you have a mission in which you have to kill a specific unit, you can put down you can put the destination on synchronized object and it will kind of track it, but that's kind of unrealistic, so I usually disable it. But now, because we're going somewhere, I put it on module position, just to don't have to look on the map for it. So, you can automatically assign or succeed or fail or cancel the mission, but I usually put it on created, or the first mission I always make will be assigned. If I make a map with multiple missions, they are always on created. So we've got a lot of icons for this mission. You can do the move stuff, the run stuff, talk, use, wait, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I usually just put it on the default, since it's pretty much the move icon anyways. So we just press on OK, and let's go and set the task state to succeeded. So if a blue 4 unit is present in this area, it will trigger the set task state to go on succeeded for this mission, which is to go here. Alright, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. Let's go and spawn in and let's see if it works. Alright, so we're in our map here. We've got our units. Right there we got the objective. As you can see, if you go to tasks, the objective is to go here. It's visible on the map, but also over here. So let's just move towards that area. Alright, there we go. The task is now completed. This is how you make missions in ArmA, you know, if you have to move somewhere. So the second mission that we have is to kill a specific unit. In this case we're gonna kill a civilian because these guys don't move, don't judge me, and we'll place him down over here. So this dude, let's just say that he's some kind of shit, I don't know, spy or something, whatever, and he needs to die. Shortly said. Okay, what you do now is you go into the civilians edit list, or however it is called, and put in a variable name for this. So we could call him spy, and the spy needs to be killed. So what you do here is you go into the trigger, and the condition has to be exclamation mark alive spy, and then this dot comma. Just press OK, and right now this trigger will activate when this guy dies. I will prove it to you by putting down these modules again. So we put them to blue 4, kill the spy, and then you can write down the spy is wearing, oops, god damn it, civilian clothes. There we go. We can disable this, it's not really necessary, and we can give it this icon, kill. There we go. That's pretty much all you need to do, except that you have to put this on succeeded. There we go. So let's spawn in. Okay, so now that we spawned in, we can see that the civilian is over there. We cannot see the mission here. However, if you go to tasks, you will see that the mission is there. There's just nothing on the map. So let's take him down. There we go. Kill the spy. Say that you want to kill 2 people instead of 1. There is also another way to do this. So let's copy this dude and place him down here. So now there's 2 spies. What I do, if I have multiple, I call one spy 1, like this, and the other one I call spy 2. So we go back into the trigger, and with the condition alive spy, you wanna remove this point comma and fulfill its name, like the first variable name, space, and then this and sign and another and sign, space, exclamation mark, alive spy 2, point comma. What happens here is that it will now need both spies to die to activate the trigger. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so let's do that. The trigger is not yet activated, but now it is. Now there's also another way to go about this. We can make missions in which all units in a specific area have to be deleted, dead, whatever, doesn't really matter, as long as they're not in there. This is also a trigger with a defined space, so let's just decrease the size of this little space over here, and we'll place down a couple of units. So we've got around 6 civilians over here. Well, I cannot count, it's 7, I'm sorry. And we need to activate the trigger when all those civilians are dead. Now, you go to activation, and it should say somewhere civilian. It activates when the civilians are not present in this area. Activated when objects are not in the area. That's where you can see it on my cursor. And that's all you need to do. And then we do it again. So we set a task state, we create a task, the task is for blue 4, and the title is going to be kill all civilians in the area. There we go. That's all we need to do. We can put this on module position, doesn't really matter. So if I have something to kill multiple units, I usually pick the attack option, so that there's a little bit of diversity and it doesn't all look boring and the same. We put that to succeeded, and yeah, everything is actually in there. So let's do that again, and let's spawn in. Okay, so we're over here now, and we got all these units that have to be killed. To just say it like that. So let's kill them one by one. Wow, I actually kind of missed that.
I'm the new actual.
I mean, these guys are gonna run away, so I'm quite sure. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, what a fail. That's an absolute fail. I think one is going prone. One is definitely prone. Yeah, this guy. I know that they're not all dead. There we go. Okay, so, we've got another option for a mission, which is destroying a vehicle or a box or whatever the fuck it may be. Right now, let's just let's see. Let's go and destroy the cargo net from CSAT. There we go. I'm gonna put them a bit closer though, because I really don't feel like walking too much. And what we have to do is we give this a name. So I call this box 1. And we place down the trigger, and the exact same command for a single unit is the same. I mean, what else can I say? It's just the alive condition, and we give in the variable name. Boom, that's pretty much it. That's all. The only thing you have to do. We go back to the Intel Intel tab in modules, create task. There we go. Set task state, succeeded, and we assign the mission to blue 4. The title is going to be destroy the box. There we go. We give it the destroy icon because it always looks very nice. And alright, there you go. That's pretty much it. We synchronize everything to each other, and we're gonna have to give our unit a explosive. So we can do that by going into our unit and editing the loadout. I'm just gonna take like this compact bag, kind of fits this uniform, and I'm just gonna put an explosive in there. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. It's actually way simpler if you do it in the vanilla version, but don't worry about that. It all is pretty much the same. If you're using Ace or not, making missions is the exact same thing. Okay, so here is your little ammo box. Let's
Understood.
ask our units to sit the fuck down there. As you can see, destroy the box is a mission. And you can see that our explosives are linked with that box. Now, what do you think would happen if I would detonate? I actually think that nothing happened. Holy fucking shit. 3, 2, 1, detonating. Jesus fucking Christ. If that thing is not gonna blow, I don't know what is. Alright, I'm out. Demolition block, yeet. Demolition block, yeet. Fire in the hole. And you have got to be fucking serious. Alright, box, you're going down now. Let's do this one more time. Alright. Yeah, we got it! Alright, so that's basically how you make these kind of missions. This is like the actual way to just start making missions. But then there's also missions in which you would probably have to respawn because you place down a shitload of units. Making a respawn in your base is kind of simple. The way I do it is I go to attributes, multiplayer. I put it on what I have, for example a cooperative mission. And then I respawn on custom position. For the rest I don't do anything else. I just press OK. And I go into the map. And where I see my unit, I go to markers and I take this empty slot, I should say, or however it's called. And what we do in variable name is we give it the name respawn underscore west. So this is the blue for respawn. So what you need to do in order for this to work is go to multiplayer. We want to kill ourselves. This is not something that you hear every day, but we want to kill ourselves right now. So, all right, let's see if we can respawn, boys. Yeet. No, I didn't survive that. I didn't. Are you? You've got to be fucking shitting me, man. You have got to be shitting me. I just survived. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my ears are beeping insanely hard, but there we go. Alright, so I'll showcase to you now, for example, that if a vehicle is destroyed / abandoned, we can let those vehicles respawn. So we have the vehicle respawn option over here, and we can synchronize this to our vehicles. We can we don't have to do anything here. What we just have to do is go into our vehicle respawn option and put on a delay. So delay in seconds before the vehicle is respawned. This can be 10 seconds. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do there. So let's say that if I leave the vehicle, nothing is going to happen. But if I desert the vehicle for like 40 meters, the vehicle will respawn. So we can just I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do here. It all speaks for itself what happens. So let's just go and play. Okay, so we go into this vehicle over here. We drive like till here. We get out. And now we just have to desert this vehicle for 40 meters. There we go. So, I was too far away and then the vehicle respawns. That's how you make vehicle respawns. Also when a vehicle is destroyed it respawns, so you can place down a custom spawn points, you can place down a shitload of helicopters, you can also assign them to the respawn module. And like that you have a map where you can practice helicopters or planes or pretty much anything. I will also be giving you guys a small Zeus tutorial soon. But this is basically how you make very simple missions. If you have the amount of fantasy needed to make a mission, I think that is like 50% of your mission. You need to know what you want to do. But that's basically it for today. I hope you guys learned a lot from this. I tried to do my best, but you know, I'm not really a good tutor, so it's kind of hard for me to do. I've never really done this before. But that's all I know about ArmA. I mean, not all I know, but that's all I can think of right now to show you guys to make missions in ArmA. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, please subscribe. I would really love to do another one of these tutorials. And that's basically it. So I hope I can see you guys soon, and have a good day.